Man Cave Collectibles, coming back at you today with another review. Today I want to take a look at one of my favorite reads of 2019. This is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Year 1 Deluxe Edition. That was a Boom Studios product. This was written by Kyle Higgins, who most of his notable work has been with DC titles. 496 pages. Just finished it up. Very happy with this one. Just want to kind of give a brief overview, kind of show you a little bit of the book. If you're interested in it, this would definitely be a recommend from me. Had a little bit of a hard time getting this one. I kind of missed the first run. I think they went out of, or at least sold out pretty quickly. And then In Stock Trades ended up getting in maybe another shipment. They were only on there for maybe a couple of days, and then they were gone again. So I was lucky enough to be able to pick it up. Now I'm looking for year 2, and hoping maybe In Stock will get those back in as well at some point. I can pick them up since they seem to kind of have the better price, and I think Amazon does have it go in and out, but I think it runs about $75 there, so which is pretty close to cover price. Try to avoid paying cover price when I can, and In Stock Trade seems to allow that a lot of times for me. So we'll take a look just at the book itself. We got a nice, some nice artwork here of Tommy the Green Ranger holding his helmet on the front cover. Just talks about the title here, Saban's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Year 1 Deluxe Edition. We flip us over to the side here. We basically just have the Boom Studios logo. Tells us a little more of the title, Year 1, and then some of the artists, and obviously Kyle Higgins, the writer, covered on the side. We flip it over to the back. We've got the Boom Studios logo. We do show our $75 cover price here, and that this was licensed out by Hasbro, who now owns the Power Rangers license. So let's go ahead and take a look at the inside of the book. All right. Nice picture there of the Zord in combined mode. So we talk about here, written by Kyle Higgins, illustrated by multiple folks, colored and lettered by a few guys there. So you can actually see where some of the artwork, as you go through this, it kind of changes a little bit throughout the reading experience there. Jason David Frank, who is the Green Ranger, actually did write the foreword in this. So just a brief note from him, and then we basically start the story. So the story basically starts out with Tommy as he is or was being controlled by Rita, and then it kind of shows what ensues from there, his breakaway, from being under her control. So again, I don't really want to give away, I don't want to have a spoiler review because it's such a good story. I would think that folks would just want to read it for themselves. But, it definitely touches on Tommy, battling kind of that demon of Rita's control throughout the book. We meet kind of a new character here, which I won't give away his name or where he's from or who's controlling him, but it's pretty cool character there. Got some Goldar appearance in that. So here's your first appearance of Lord Draken. I guess I'm saying that correctly. Which, again, we won't talk about who he is, where he's from, what's going on with him, but you will get introduced to him in this book. I believe Hasbro just did a figure for him as part of the Hasbro Lightning Collection line, which I have been collecting, but I've been kind of sticking to just the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from the original season TV series, but I may branch out and get Lord Draken there. So one great thing about this book that I loved is if you were a fan of the TV show from the 90s, you will immediately love this because it's basically the same type of story, but you can take away a lot of the cheesiness that was involved in that TV series. I went back and tried to watch some of that TV series. Netflix has actually got them on there for streaming. I went back and watched some of it, and I love it from a nostalgic standpoint, but it was super cheesy. Like it or love it, super cheesy. The book kind of gets away from that a little bit. One thing the book did do that was interesting is at the end of the book here, we'll go back, I guess once you kind of finish with the main story in the deluxe edition, they've got kind of what I would consider some short stories that pick up about midway through the book, and it is the ongoing adventures of Bulk and Skull. So it just kind of gives you kind of a view of what they're doing maybe while all this is going on. So it's kind of cool. If you like them as characters, this does kind of have a little bit of that cheesiness factor, you know, here with Bulk and Skull. But it was a good read. It's a quick read because they kind of seem to be little short stories. But you know, you know, it's pretty cool they threw that in there. So one thing that did kind of shock me is this is the point where the comic book stops. So if you look at this, all of this is comic book. This portion is where basically cover art begins. So from this point back, you end up with nothing but just all the covers and variant covers for all the issues. So it's cool to see these, but I didn't expect it to be about 35% of the book. So I wish we would have got a little more in this one, but you know, I guess just being a deluxe edition, not a omnibus, you know, it's to be expected. So of the 496 pages, they're not all part of the story. So that is my review of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Year 1 Deluxe Edition. Again, I hope to get Year 2, and if I do, I'll put a review out of that as well. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. We'll see you guys next time.